everyone, it's Mary Jo Snyder from MJ Shady Inkers. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in to my pre-recorded video to share with you some of the amazing projects that I created with the Will Walrus Be Friends stamp set. It's kind of hard to say, sorry. So I'm going to jump right in and share my first project with you. I have 3 projects that I'm going to try and do videos for you today. And this is going to be the first one. So this is the amazing stamp set. It's so cute. All right, so the first project I'm going to make for you today is this cute card. It's got a little porthole with a little walrus peeking through with his friend. I will walrus be your friend is the sentiment. So cute. So here we go. I've already done some pre-cutting with a few things. But first we're going to do, so I did what you can do in order to get this effect is take your Pinewood Plank Dynamic Impressions embossing folder, and you can go ahead and ink the inside of it, lay down your paper, run it through your die cutting machine, embossing machine, and you'll get this effect. And then I already pre-cut the hole for the porthole. So that is already done. So I'm going to set that aside. What I do need to do on this piece of 3 3/4 by 5 piece of Whisper White paper, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Smoky Slate ink pad, and we are going to stamp the walrus on here. Right about there, like so. Then we are going to grab our sponge daubers, and we are going to, with Night of Navy, and I think I already have plenty of ink on here, but we will go ahead and get a little bit more. We're going to come in and just sponge, and make sure you get it good enough so you have plenty there for where it's going to peek through the porthole. And then you're going to grab some So Saffron, and you're going to create a sunset. Try very hard not to, probably should have lightened that a little bit before starting to sponge, but that's okay. Try not to color the bird or the walrus while you're sponging. And then Calypso Coral is the 3rd color for our sponging. And again, we're using sponge daubers. Go ahead and work some of that off, and then just come in and give it some highlights, like so, okay? So you have a little bit of a sunset going on. Sunset, sunrise, whichever you choose. So we can get those out of the way. We are going to now come in here with our Smoky Slate dark and light blends, and we are going to go ahead and color. And you can see I did get a little bit of the So Saffron ink on the walrus, but when you color it with your blends, you are going to find that that is going to cover that up, so no worries. And if not, it's just going to look like the sun is beating on the walrus. Come in with your dark, and we're going to color the little cheeks here with the darker color. Now, if you find that it's not light enough around where you actually did the light Smoky Slate, you can come in with your color lifter and just kind of come in here and lighten it up some. Kind of blend it out a little bit, like so. Okay, so there you go. You have your walrus in the water with a sunset or sunrise. Put those aside. And now we're going to assemble this card. Well, we also have to do some stamping, so we need a piece of Whisper White scrap paper. Just going to grab that real quick, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. The sentiment is, again, I will walrus be your friend. That's going to get stamped in Night of Navy. And we are going to punch that with this punch. I will have a list of all the products in the description of this video, as well as measurements, so that you can recreate it if you have the stamp set or use a different stamp set. You want to punch that out kind of close to the top, because you're going to come in here, feed this in reverse, and you're going to create a whole new punch just by doing this, just like that. Okay? Now you're going to grab a piece of Night of Navy scrap and punch out one of those. We are going to adhere these two together with spacing where you want it. I just need to find my adhesive. Go ahead and adhere that. And we're going to use this end because it looks like there's a little notch cut out of that because it is a piece of scrap paper. You're going to position that where you want it, and then you're going to come in again with your punch, and again you're going to create that punched image again in a different size, like so. It's a little bit bigger than the one that I have on my other one, but that's okay. I like this too. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble our card. So we have this piece of paper, when it was embossed, was 5 1/4 by 4. This is 3 3/4 by 5. You have a standard card base, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is for the inside of your card, 4 by 5 1/4. A piece of Smoky Slate scrap, which is 1/2 by 4 1/4. And you need a window sheet, cut it 3 inches. 3 inches square. Okay, so to get this started, the first thing you want to do, you are going to adhere this to the card base. Let me just make sure we got this where we want it. Okay, adhere this to the card base. And it doesn't matter, you want to make sure that the walrus is centered, because when you come in here you want that to be covered, like so. Okay, you're going to come over here and you're going to put this window sheet on top of we're not making a shaker card, we're just going to give it a little bit of a window effect by using a window sheet. You're going to adhere that to the back side of here. You're going to grab your dimensionals, and you're going to place dimensionals on the back side of this. You can be more generous than I am right now in this video. I'm just trying to save a little bit of time. Go ahead and peel those off. And we are going to layer this on here, center it on the card base, like so. And then you're going to come in here and you need to grab your die cutting machine, and I already have this set up. You want both of the layered circle dies there, one inside the other, and the top plate, and you're going to cut out a frame to create the porthole. Like so. Okay, now that you have that done, you're going to come over here, add some adhesive to the back side of that, and you're going to layer that around the window He's a little off center, but it's okay. All right, now you're going to take your scissors, your snips, and you're going to angle this on both sides, like so. Come in with your snail, and that gets layered right in the center. You want to make sure it's centered, like so. Your sentiment is going to layer with dimensionals over that. I'm actually going to lower that a little bit. Grab my dimensionals. That goes right there in the center of your smoky slate banner. And then you're going to embellish with metallic pearls in silver. So just grab those and take your pick tool. You're going to use a sticky end, and I'm going to start at the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to do the sides and kind of go directly around over to the other side, and then in the middle of those spots, like so. And there you have the front of the card, and then you're just going to insert this piece of Whisper White that is 5 1/4 by 4 to the inside of your card. Just center that so that way you have a layer to write your greeting on. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your Easter. Bye.